Okay, so, and then we say like this. Where was I? I was on your dollar. Okay, so it's a light print on no dollar. Noted the Haklal Shakafi Maiser Adam Atachto the Mata Balalam Haza. What we're doing here is actually connected. King Goran the Pol Kadug Masam also Balalam Masal Yonim. So he says like this, Hegel the Adam Atachto Mizdaveg im Ishto. Zadug Masa Naasa Zilug Zun Be'el Yonim. Because what he says, according to the zivugim that takes place at that particular moment up above, and that is in the inner worlds, which really goes according to time. And the time, I'm not sure what we're talking about here when we got to the time idea. Bechinas tipa shehi neshama comes out of Zer Anpin, this tipa which is the neshama. Benetena al hanok ve'al yoina, achem ima adam motzi shvich zer levatol rachman litzlon v'haylach shachatipa chabadon nitna berachem shal hanekeva. It's not placed into the akeva. The keva. Azad dogmasa chalamala v'yotze tipa. That is he says the tipa, which means the neshama b'zer Anpin. Aki lo nitna el lanoka el yona, but it doesn't go into the opposite side. El yotzes lachutz, it goes out. V'nek leftis bekeli noga. So he says it goes out from the relationship, which is a relationship should be of intimacy, man and woman. Instead, it goes out to another kind of intimacy, which is no good. And v'hi gam came so oza tikla. There's the method Bahaku Sitra the Ashikas Nishmasa. So this comes right here from that balance that is the menace Bahaku Sitra the Ashikas Nishmasim, which punish Nishmasim. He says so Nizka B'Techidus Asaba the Mishpatim. He's going to say that over here, the Pashas Mishpatim, and he gives a site reference. So he writes like this: Isiv Zohar. The samach liyisod the zer anpin omdim shtei bechinos shel moznayim. So that's that tikla that he was talking about. It's lashon take. I guess I don't know exactly how it gets to moznayim, but that's what it is. It's not. I guess it's not Hebrew. So omdim shtei bechinos shel moznayim. Ha'echad b'tzad ha'kedusha v'sheni b'tzad ha'sitra achra. Now, when did he say this? He says, "Isa b'zohar the smoke, the samach, the yisod, the zad." That's where it's always. I guess he's saying these klippas are always there. B'tzad ha'sitra achra of a kali noga. Now, this talking about this kali noga here. He says, "Opam sheyesh b'koach ha'kali hakilach dof neshamos." It can kidnap or steal, grab neshamos. So it's like, it's the chotos waiting at your door, so to speak. Hachi lachatot neshamos, it's there to kidnap the neshamos. The neshamos shukos. Now these are tortured or pained. Suffer through this v'hakor shalachem lachatov, and they take v'hakor shalachem, the korch of them. Lachtov neshamos, is to steal these neshamos. So the main ability to be able to steal the kedusha that we want to put together, the opposites we want to put together, instead it goes out to the other side. So he said, now he's got a new word. He says, this is the enticer, the Sitra Akra. Pati, I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce it, but in any way, she seduces the Hashem al-Chava. Seduce al-Chava. So here's a Chiddush right here that it's not, the Samach Mem over here is the female form. It's a female form that talks to her. So he says, Achra Pati al-Chava be'em solas klipas noga. So he threw the media of something called a klipa noga. Kaniska Shamba Parshat Vayakel. So that's talked about in the Zohar over there. Bavura Bezohar Beparshat Vayakel. The klipa is noga. Mefata the isha, which is hanuk. That is, she's constantly in a position to be able to seduce the nuk to her side, Ein Sham. When it's bar be'etz chaim, so it's explained in the Eitz Chaim. The al yedech shaklipa noga gozelis neshamas kedushas ba'avanot tzorach shvichas zera levatala. So he says wasted seed is what allows the klipa, this noga, to intervene on the bad side. He mafate lahanok, seduces the lanok, and come over and say over here, al yona the hashpia alach shefa, to give her shefa. So he says mafate, in other words, to steal the shefa that was going to the nok and take it instead. Kevin shebehech roch tzricha anok lahashpia shefa al the neshamas gedusha. So this is what she has to do. She has to pour out her shefa to the holy neshamos achem shebekali l'tzorach kiyumam. Now, this part I think I went too fast, because he says v'keven shebehech rotzricha nanuk lachashpia shefel al the neshamas gedosha. So this is what happens. So I guess he's saying that when that neshama is stolen to the other side, or seduced into the other side, so then it's going to pour into the kali also. So he's saying that at an intimate moment, let's use that word, is that actually the relationship is with the other side. But at the moment itself, it might look a lot like the original, but it's not. And as a result of that, the neshamas gedoshas that are the kali, they have to, in order to keep, I guess he means these neshamas are in the kali now. So the shefa keeps going, but it goes into the stolen neshama. So then he comes into the nuk, or that is other nuk. So here's what he says it is. The power of one damaging angel, let's say, or force, that comes now out of this Eshes Zenunim, and becomes a body. Now, how does this work? Let's see what he says. That is the neshama. And it's now over in the wrong place. Nasa the osach of the neshama goof, but it makes a body for this neshama. Mesad the sitra achra. Now, what does he say? Hakavanot the bechinas goof ruchni. Let's try to help us out there. He doesn't mean to say that it's a new body. He means to say that it's a new form, a ruach. V'hu guf shel mazek hamischaber malvish as a neshama. This is the body of this mazik. The mazik, that is the mazik. It's a force of the mazik. Hamischaber malvish as a neshama that now joins together and clothes the neshama. So he's talking about a ruach v'atach b'tipach kedusha shavuya b'guf mazik. So now it's taken captive in the body of the mazik hazeh shemitzad the sitra achra, from the side of the other side. So he's important to point out that it's not a change of your body; it's a change of your, let's say, your attitude, which is as a result of this ruach. What happens now? What are we talking about? I'm going to come back to number ches and the shefa. We'll try to get to that. Gorem she'osem tipos shal haneshamos she'chasidus seitz b'menu b'bechinas bonim. Now he's going to have children. This is what actually comes out. She is arva the sitra achra that get mixed in to the other side. The shaman there is lavshach begufos. They join into different bodies. Hanaasas mesitra the nachash eshes zenunim. So he's saying that the nachash is the eshes zenunim. So this is a female force, the force of seduction. ונמצא שהפך והחזר הקדושה על הטומאה והטוב ולרוע. כל אדם ישנם נשמות חסידות דסייס ממנו. So he said, "Bezdaveg im ishto lemada gorm lemala sheyatsa the neshama salatu bezer ampen alano." V'la'achar mekan, and then after this, nemshachas haneshama hahi al tocha guf, then it causes this neshama to be pulled into the body. Shenotzer machazivug kan ba'olam haza, that is really formed in this Yichud that takes place in this world. Gam bezivugim shalom notzer b'chem vlad, also same thing. Connectem na'asach l'mala zivug l'tzorach kiyim ha'olam l'tzorach l'leidas l'shamas hagerim. Now that's another fact. Let's read it one more time just so we understand. This is that every time that there's intimacy between man and woman, it doesn't mean that there will be a child conceived. Connect them zivug. So there you see that it actually has a purpose. So that thing about the gerim, where that came from, I'm not familiar with it. So let's go on. He says, it causes something similar to Habashin Nemshachas Tipus, that is the neshama itself. It causes the neshama to come out. And it winds up coming out as a. So now it's in the body of a damager. Which is created out of the Keli. Now I said before again that it's a ruach, not a body, in the sense that he's using that word. That's what he said anyway. He said was plonis. That's where I pronounce this. Shehi hanuk the sitra achra, which is the real power of seduction that come from the other side. V'hi nikwas gam b'shem nachash ve'eshes zunun. Nimsa, so we have all of these different names that go that way. And Nimsa sha'al yedecha avono, notzer mazik shalom, complete. The oven itself creates a complete mazik. Haguf mitzad kali, the body, the ruchnius, comes from the side of the kali. Van the shama he the shama kedusha shel zaro. It's a neshama kedusha of his seed, Hashem is laveshes beguf hamazik, which is now clothed in the body of this damaging angel, of this damaging force. Hare shegarim ba'avonach lahachnis hakale hakadusha chalki hakadusha betuma v'chatov v'ro. Okay, so in a little bit of time, let's look over here at the Shefa Hakavanot. And I think that, we don't say it enough what this, what Rabbi Gamliel Rabinowitz has done here is brought us a tremendous vehicle for going inside of the Torah. So he says, Gorem sha'osam tipos shalchon neshama sha'asinu, that says that are destined to come out b'mendach b'bechinah b'banishis arva b'sitra akra. V'kas v'shloah kodesh. So he writes like this in Masechtas Pesachim. He says, let me say, there you go. The la'achar betiras adam, when a person is no longer in this world. Azai osam amazikim anotzrim al yedei olam avon zasa, those tipos that were the mazikim that are created. Al yedei avon zerba einan misparden b'mena, they don't leave him. They torture him in his grave. Because they are his creations. They belong to him. They're his children. Now he says in the Chesed, in the Sefer Chesed Abraham, he says, Mayan, he said, I guess he calls it there Mayim Zion, Nachar, Zion, I don't know, Nachar Kof Vav. Kased the Osim Bonim Zarim Shemorim Leha'anish Behem Adam Le'es Timot Raglov. Now, I got Timot as like stumbling or tripping, something like that. La'anish bechem Adam at the time that he's made a mistake. So then there's other people that say, no, I guess it follows you around. It's with you all the time. So there are those people who say that it's at the time when you go into the ground. Od cause of sham. She'osem hakochos hem hamizdamed lebnei adam l'shvor to break kado to break his. So he says like this. This is the understanding. He says these things are hanging around you, and they cause you l'shvor kado to break your jug of l'srov gedisho or set your flock your field on fire or your heaps on fire, your food. O laharchi v'beso l'shpochienos that pour out the wine, cause them to spill stuff. V'yotze be'elach and yanim, and this is what comes on hakatanim abohim la'adach and begarba begromo ke'ilu biyad asom. It's as if he's getting help to all these things that are bad, these mazikin, as if he made them himself. V'heim elu amufkadim al kach. There are those who are appointed to do this. Miskarvim el ohol adam. They come near the man's habitation. Val mashkenosiv, the place the hachariv b'masha efsher, in order to destroy it in whatever way it can. So he says this is the ruach of the mazik. Pirush, whether he has permission, in other words, whether a person tries to do it, he does it. And when a person also comes out of his mouth something that could cause him to stumble. I'm not sure what that goes on, that coming out of his mouth. Let's do the last one. V'sham yislav shechel begufus and asa b'sitra the nachosh eshes anunim hinecha the elu cause of harav. So the Rav writes up above. The Hanashama Nimshachos the Kali Noga. They go to the Kali Noga. Now the Kali is in between, it's an intermediary. The Kali Shahid Plonis. So it goes over to this power. The Bavura Be'etz Chaim explained over there in Shaar Memtes. The Bakal Kali Ma'arba Bechinas Akali, Yeshna Bechinas Dalkar Venuk. V'Hanashama Nimshachos the Bechinas Anuk the Kali Noga. So he's got another conclusion over there. Ella dachamotzi shvich zer levatala. Bestama azay heshefa cholok l'shlosh kalei hatameos. Over there we have three of them. V'rak hamotzi shvich zer levatala b'eis hazivuk. So this is another case. What is a shavik zer b'eis hazivuk? Because Shalosh Shocho called Sarcho. In other words, the person didn't finish, and then some of it spilled out. Cholak Shefa, the Kali Noga, Yul and Sham. Then the Shefa goes in to this Kali. Hey, thanks for learning with me, Rebbe. This is Shaar today, and on we go.